Hello all, welcome to my channel. Now if I come to my course, what is Microsoft Fabric and why should we learn it? So before going to discuss about any subject or any new topic, first of all we need to know about a few questions. So what it is first of all and why should I learn it? Blindly I cannot go and learn it, right? So why should we learn it? How it can be used and where it can be applicable. So if you know these answers, if you know answers for these questions, then you will be clear throughout this session or throughout this training. So what is Microsoft Fabric? Before going to discuss about what is Microsoft Fabric, I wanted to discuss one more thing and after that I'll come back to here. So suppose if you go to any supermarket, not only supermarket guys, if you take any business. So what is the most important rule in the business? The business should run in the profits. It means at the end of the day, for any business, you have to get the profits. Then only you can able to run the business. Everyone can run their business or everyone, whatever the work they do, we need to get some profit. Maybe it is in the point of money or in the point of any other, in the form of any other things. But we need to get some profit on top of it. So here in the business, in the real world, for every business person, they wanted to know what is my last month sales or what I have invested in the last month and what I earned it. How much I earned it, how much I have invested. What is my investment? What is my profit? What is my last month profit? And they will compare month over month profits. Last month I got 10 rupees profit. This month I got 15 rupees profit. Okay, my business is going to increase. It is growing actually. So, like that, they will compare the result and who is our top 10 customers or top 1 customer. So if you see in the business, some shopping malls or some supermarkets, they will offer some uh, gifts vouchers to the most demanding customers, a top 1 customer or top 10 customer. How should they know that these are my top 10 customers? They don't know, right? How should they know? It means they have to see the data, who and all did transactions in our supermarket. So out of that, they will pick the right person. They will pick the top 1 customer. So like this, if they want to know their business, they have to do analysis on top of the data. Then only they can able to know answers for these questions, or then only they can able to know about their business. Where are they? What and all they need to do, like that. For example, they have 10 products. Those are very lowest demanding products. That products are even not moving from last 5 years. What should they do? They need to do some analysis on top of it, and they have to do like they have to attract the customers by providing some discounts or by providing some gift vouchers. So like that, they want to know about their business. Then only they can able to attract the customers. So to improve our business, we have to do analysis on top of the data. To do analysis, what they have to do? They have to maintain the data and history. So then only they can able to do some analysis on top of it. So to store the data, earlier once upon a time we used some logbooks, if you remember, very long back. Later some memory systems came into the picture and computers. After that we used Excel files. Still also we are using Excel files to store the data, and we are using on-premise databases in the organizations to store our data, our historical data and daily transactional data, whatever it is. We are using some Excel files or on premise databases. But in this competitive world, will that be suffice? No, right? Will that be sufficient to withstand our business in this competitive world? No, because day by day, our data is going to increase. It is growing actually. So, if we can store the data in on premise databases, you will get some memory out issues, or if you store your data in on-premise databases or in Excel files, you may lose the data. Suppose if your system get crash, then you will lose the data. Then there will be no chance or no scope to retrieve that data. So to overcome such type of issues, many companies they have introduced cloud systems. So that companies introduced some cloud platforms to store the data. So those are nothing but your Google. So GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and Amazon. So Amazon is providing AWS, your cloud platform, and Microsoft is providing Azure. So you might know about these things. So these are the cloud providers. in the market. So they will provide a cloud platform for organizations, so that many organizations they can store their data in the cloud platform. So it is like storing your photos in the mobile and storing them into your Google Drive. So if you have your photos or data in your Google Drive, you can able to restore it easily from any device or from anywhere, even though you lost it from your mobile. So in the same way, the companies, they are moving towards the cloud, and they are storing their data and they are securing their data. Security is most important for any organization. So the data should not leak from the organization. So here many organizations, they are moving their data to the cloud, storing their data, and securing their data. Now, in the real time organizations, what is the process happen in the end to end, we will see. So if you see here, we have three cloud platforms here, right? So I'm just considering Azure because our today's course also Microsoft Fabric. So the Fabric is a product from Microsoft, which is a new product from Microsoft, which is similar to our Azure, because Azure also from Microsoft. So that's why we will discuss the end-to-end process in Azure. Post that, you will get to know what is Microsoft Fabric also. So now, in current system, nowadays, what is happening in the real-time organizations? So this is the end-to-end flow of the project in any organization. Now, if you see here, we have different sources in my current system or in my current organization. Suppose source 1 is here, some Excel files. Source 2 is here, some CSV files. Source 3 is from on-premise SQL. And source 4 is maybe some Snowflake or any other data source. Like that, I have different sources in my organization, and I want to consolidate this data. I want to integrate this data into a single system. I want to move this data to my cloud, and from there I want to process the data. So for that, I'm just moving that data to my data storing layer. Here, to move the data from different sources, we use some ETL methodologies like pipelines or data flows, like that. So data flows, you may not know, but yeah, pipelines, since you are already working, a few of the, some of you are already working on ADF, so you know that. So pipelines we will use to bring the data. We will discuss about all those items, what is pipelines, data flows, and all in future classes. So we will use some artifacts here to move the data from source to the data storing layer. Here in data storing layer, we will use some storage accounts like your ADLS Gen 2 or Blob storage, and some databases like Azure SQL or Snowflake or MongoDB, whatever it is. So we will move this data from different sources to your data storing layer with the help of some ETL methodologies, and we will store that data in the cloud in Azure. And after that, after moving the data, what I need to do, I need to clean the data. Why should I clean means, for example, as I mentioned here, to know about my data, to know about my business, I need to know what is my data, what and all there in my data, I need to know. So for that, we have to create some reports here on top of my data. For example, if you see, these are my reports, my Power BI reports are my analytical reports where I can go and see this report. So to create this report, the data should be clean. Why? Because if you can create reports on top of the raw data, what will happen? You will not get the exact insights, the exact information of your data, because your raw data may include some null values, blank values, or some unwanted values as well. So, to get exact insights and to get a good performance in the business, we have to clean the data, and on top of the cleansed data only, we have to create the reports. So, for that purpose, here, after storing the data, we have to clean the data with help of some ETL tools, that is your ADF, nothing but your Azure Data Factory or Databricks, or even Synapse pipelines also we will use here. So Databricks we will use for the big data purpose. If the companies they are having big data, they can use Databricks to clean their data. So here we can clean the data, and after that we will send that cleaning data to the serving layer. So serving layer is nothing but here, it may be your data warehouse, like your Synapse data warehouse. It is depends upon the client. They can store that data even in the Synapse data warehouse. And some clients, they would like to In some organizations, some clients, they would like to store their data even in Databricks warehouses. They will buy some warehouses in the Databricks and they will store their data. So this is their serving layer. After cleaning the data, they will store the data in the serving layer. And from that serving layer, we will create the reports. We will create some analytical reports with help of Power BI. This is a reporting tool here. Here, the reporting tool is not only Power BI, we have others also like ClickSense or Excel. So many organizations still they are using Excel is their reporting tool. So even in Excel also we can able to create the reports, and even Tableau. So that is from other vendor, not from Microsoft. So with the help of that reporting tools also we can able to create the reports. Since we are discussing about Microsoft here, I have taken Power BI since this is also from Microsoft. So this is the end-to-end flow in any organization. So here if you see, from this cleaning layer to serving layer, this is called your medallion architecture. Why should we use medallion architecture means, as I mentioned, on top of the raw data, we cannot create any reports. We should not create the reports. To get good performance and exact insights, you have to clean the data. So while cleaning the data, we can follow the medallion architecture like bronze, silver, and gold. It means bronze means your raw data. If someone is already working on ADF, like a curated zone or enriched zone like that. So those are called here the medallion architecture. So bronze, silver, and gold. Bronze is nothing but your raw data. Whatever the data is coming from directly, that data, we call it as bronze layer. On top of it, we will clean the data. We will apply some initial transformations and we will send that data to the silver layer. And from silver layer to gold, we will apply some fact and dimension tables. So the whole process is called medallion architecture. So what is fact table? What is dimension table? At this moment, don't worry. At this moment, if you don't know also, that is fine because we will discuss about all these things in detail in the future classes. So here, this is the current system nowadays. Now, the problem is here. For example, I have ingested the data to source. I have applied transformations and the data is ready to serve, nothing but which is ready to consume. On top of it, we created the reports and we have shared that reports with end users. Now, end users will come to this layer and they will look into the reports and they will take the important decisions here. So, why should we create reports here means to take key decisions regarding their business, they need Power BI reports. So, based on this Power BI reports, they will take some important decisions related to their business. For example, if you see here, the lowest demanding products, if they have 100 lowest demanding products in their business from last 5 years, that products are not even selling, that products are not even moving, then what they will do, they will simply look into the report from last 5 years, these 100 products are not even moving, why should I remove these products from my organization? And if you see the highest demanding products, there will be some shortage or there was some shortage in highest demanding products in the last month. So why should I maintain more this month? Why can't I maintain more highest products instead of the lowest products this month? So that they will take key decisions based on these reports. So business users will come to your reports and they will look into that reports and they will do some analysis on top of their reports and they will take the important decisions in their business. So this is end-to-end process. What is currently going in any project in the real time. Now the problem is here. For example, I have different sources, and for example, if any change happened in my source one, the same change should reflect here in my reporting layer. Then only business users can able to take the important decisions based on their report. So if any change happened, that should reflect within a certain time, within half an hour or within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that, it should reflect. Business user cannot come to your source data and they cannot do analysis on top of the source data. They will simply do here only. So if any change happened in any one of the sources, to reflect that change to your reporting layer, first the data should come to your storing layer, and after that it should come to your cleaning layer, and after that it should come to your serving layer, and after that it should come to your reporting layer. So it should go through all these steps and all this process to reflect into your report. It means it will take some time to reflect your source data to your destination or to your reporting layer. So, for example, if you are in stock market or share market, so in that share market, your life will change within seconds or within minutes. We have seen many people like that, right? So for example, if your stock is increased, so if you can sell your stock, you may get 10 lakhs profit in that 1 minute. For example, at that moment, the value of your stock, if it is not able to update, the value of the stock is 10 lakhs at this 1 minute, like that the system will not be able to update value, means what will happen if it is updated after 10 minutes? Will that be useful to you? No, right? So if it can update within fraction of seconds, you can able to take your decision and you can able to get the profit, and you can able to sell your stock at that time and you can able to get the profit. So in the same way, for example, if you book a cab and you can able to track that if you see in your mobile, so the cab will arrive within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or that person is going in wrong way, like that. So whenever you get the live result, even your cricket, whenever you get the live result, then only that is useful for you, even at least with 10 minutes gap or half an hour gap. For example, this is the other thing I'm talking about, not about cricket or the live tracking of cab, the other things. So if you can get the changes, if you can reflect that changes within certain time, that is useful. But if it will take 10 days or if it will take 5 days to reflect this change from source to report, will that be useful to the end user? No, right? So it may take some time, and even in between, if any issue happened, if any challenge is there, means this data will not come to your report. It will stuck maybe in your cleansing layer, or maybe in your data storing layer, or maybe in between also, from your source to data storing layer also. So that's why, to overcome such type of issues, Microsoft has introduced one new technology, that is our Microsoft Fabric. So all these layers, for example, in today's current system, if you see, this layer is in your Microsoft Azure portal. The data storing layer is in one UI. You have to log into one portal. If you want to clean the data, you have to log into your adf.com. Again, this is another portal. And if you want to store that data, you have to log into your Synapse and you have to save that data. And if you want to create the reports, you have to log into your powerbi.com and you have to create the reports. It means all these are the different UIs where you have to log in with your credentials every time to do all these things. So at that time, what will happen? Organizations have to maintain your credentials safely and securely for each and every UI here. But the maintenance cost is very high here to maintain like that for the organizations. And some security breaches also happen here while logging or while switching from one UI to another. So to overcome such type of security issues and to overcome to manage your credentials in each and every platform, Microsoft has introduced one single platform, that is Microsoft Fabric, where it can include all these UIs or all these features in single platform. That is your Microsoft Fabric. And not only that, but also there are some advanced tools introduced in Microsoft Fabric, like your AI/ML or data science or Copilot, or even your automation creation of the reports and all. So they made our job, and they have introduced the new features in the Microsoft Fabric. So this is current system nowadays. To overcome such type of issues, Microsoft has introduced one new tool, that is your Microsoft Fabric. To overcome such type of issues, Microsoft has introduced one new technology, that is Microsoft Fabric. So on top of this, now we will create such type of reports, guys. So to overcome the many issues whatever we have in current system, Microsoft has introduced here the Microsoft Fabric. Now, what is Microsoft Fabric? Why should we learn it? And how it can be used for me and where it can be applicable? So Microsoft Fabric, I can say it is a single analytical tool with all the capabilities of data factory, your data warehouse, or databases, or data engineering, or data activator, or your data science, or your Power BI. So Microsoft Fabric is a unified data analytical tool which includes all the capabilities. It can give you end-to-end solution for your data. It means which can convert your raw data into meaningful insights within the single umbrella, I can say. So it includes like your ADF, whatever we have discussed here, no, ADF. So Microsoft Fabric have that ADF capabilities, and it have your notebooks, whatever you are writing your PySpark code in your Databricks. So included here in your Fabric as notebooks, and after that, whatever the Synapse data warehouses you are using, the same capabilities we have there in our Fabric in the form of data warehouses. So whatever the data we are storing here in the form of storage accounts or in your databases, the same thing we have here in Fabric, like your Lakehouse. So it is there with the name of Lakehouse, which can able to store data in the form of the files as well as tables. And whatever the reports we are creating here in this layer, the same reporting features, even a lot more advanced features in the reporting also included in your Fabric. So it includes all your artifacts under single umbrella. And one good feature is here in Microsoft Fabric is which can compress your data in the form of Delta Parquet format. It means if you have 10 GB of the data in your source, while transferring the data from your source to the Fabric, nothing but your destination here we are considering, the data will compress. So originally your data volume is, for example, 10 GB, that will be compressed to your 2 GB. It means it can compress your data and it will reduce your data storing capacity. I mean, data occupying capacity. It will reduce, and it will reduce your cost also, maintenance cost also. So that is one good feature here. Not only that one, but also there are many lot good features and advanced features are there in Microsoft Fabric. So if you see here earlier in the system, Microsoft has introduced these storage accounts, and after that they have introduced ADF. So slowly they have first they have introduced some control flows or data movement flows. After that they have introduced data flows as well, and after that they have introduced Synapse. It means with capabilities of data bricks as well as the ADF. It combined the two capabilities, and they have introduced Synapse later on, and they have introduced a Power BI feature as well here in Synapse. So like that, if you just observe from starting to the end, Microsoft will add, I mean, it will enhance the product once they introduced. In the same way, they are going to increase the features. In the same way, in Microsoft Fabric also, they have introduced this product like to the GA maybe 1 year back or 1.5 year back to the general availability they have introduced. So after that, they have enhanced the product in a very good manner actually. Even they are still enhancing at the back end. Maybe some features you have today, and some features you may have tomorrow. So every day it is changing. So that is a good and advanced technology. So that's why we are going for Microsoft Fabric here. So I hope I'm clear what is Microsoft Fabric. It is end-to-end solution, or it is a unified data analytical tool or data platform which can include all the capabilities of your what I mean to say, like data warehouse or databases, Power BI, data science, and everything. Now, why should we learn it? Okay, Microsoft Fabric is this one. Okay, that is fine. Then why should I learn it means? For example, if you have already working on the cloud technologies, maybe in the future, if you see, if Microsoft, if you observe from starting to today, Microsoft, what they are doing is they will introduce one new product, and they will slowly deprecate the existing services, the old services. If someone is already know about Spark Pool and all, they have introduced Spark Pool 3.2 in Synapse. Later on, they have deprecated that. I mean, they have introduced 3.3 version, and they have deprecated 3.2. After that, in recent days, they have introduced 3.4, and they are deprecating 3.3 version. It means, so once they introduce the new product with capabilities of all the existed systems, after some time they will deprecate the existed systems or existed technologies. So if you see, maybe in the coming next 5 years, in the next coming years, they will definitely deprecate your ADF, whatever the current systems you have, your ADF or your Synapse, they will deprecate that system, and they will continue with the Microsoft Fabric only. So that's why this is the right time to learn Microsoft Fabric. If you want to switch your career from non-IT to IT, or from non-cloud to cloud, or even in the cloud, from current system to your modernization side, if you want to move or if you want to switch, so this is the right time to learn. And if you learn today this technology, since it's a new technology, many people they don't know about it, and they have not started learning it. But in the coming next 5 years, definitely all the companies will adopt the Microsoft Fabric, and they will expect only Microsoft Fabric, not the current traditional systems. Already many companies, they have started switching to Microsoft Fabric, and they are expecting, even in the outside market, if you see, all the companies, they are expecting end-to-end solution. So if you learn Microsoft Fabric today, you will be the master in the future, and you can able to handle end-to-end things. They are not expecting the individual persons. If you see here, these layers, the individual engineers can handle it. Suppose the data cleaning, suppose data movement, if you see, some junior data engineers, they will move the data, and after storing the data, some senior data engineers, they will work on the data cleansing part, and some Power BI report developers, they will create the reports. So individual engineers will work on each layer here in the current system, in traditional system. But now companies are expecting the end-to-end resources who can handle everything, guys. So that's why if you can learn Microsoft Fabric today, you will handle, or you can able to handle end-to-end in the organizations. So if you can learn today, you will be the master in the future. So this is the right time to switch your career to Microsoft Fabric, and how it can be used. So, as I mentioned, if you can learn today, because Microsoft will deprecate the remaining services in the future. So, at that time, only Fabric will be there, and you have to learn that Fabric only at that time. So, if you can learn today, no, that can be useful for you to become master, and to grow in your career. So, it can be used to grow in your career, and where it can be used, or where it can be applicable. So, wherever the organizations are currently following or currently storing their data in the on premise databases, or still whatever the organizations, they are following the old traditional systems, or the legacy systems, there it can be applicable. So they can able to switch their data, they can able to move their data to the modernization platform, that is Microsoft Fabric. So if they are still maintaining their data in the on-premise databases, or if they want to switch to modernization data platform, there it can be applicable. So they can able to switch, or they can able to move to the modernization data platform, that is Microsoft Fabric. This is the current architecture of Microsoft Fabric. So the overview of Microsoft Fabric, I can say, now the architecture. So if you see, the data factory, data engineering, data warehouse, all these are the components of Microsoft Fabric. These are called components, or artifacts, or workloads. So there will be one interview point of view. There will be one question in your interview point of view. That is, the first question they will ask you that what are the components of Microsoft Fabric, or what are the workloads, or what are the artifacts of Microsoft Fabric. So these are the workloads or components of the Microsoft Fabric data factory. So data factory is nothing but it can be used to move your data from different sources to your Fabric, and we can able to apply some logics on top of the data with the help of the data factory. And in the data factory, we will have data flows and pipelines. Here in the data factory, we can apply ETL and ELT on top of the data with help of the data factory. And data engineering, if you have your notebooks and all, if you have big data, and if you want to apply the custom transformations on top of your data, if you want to handle the big data with Spark pools and all, then we will have data engineering, nothing but your notebooks with help of the PySpark and Python. So those are the languages. Don't worry, we will discuss about each and everything in detail. And data warehouses, yeah. So after moving the data and after cleansing the data, we will store that analytical data or cleansed data to our data warehouse. Not only to our data warehouse, but also to our lakehouse. So lakehouse is not mentioned here, but yeah. So lakehouse is nothing but your storing layer, where we can store the data in the form of the files as well as the tables. So that is the storing purpose, like our databases. Now on top of the data warehouse, whatever the data we have, the cleansed data in the data warehouse, some companies, they will do data science analysis on top of the data, like they will write some AML queries, like machine learning algorithms, or they will do some predictions on top of it. What is my next month sales, next 6 months sales, so that I can maintain my stock in my organization. Like that, they will do some predictions on top of your data. And real-time intelligence, so this is like near real time, I can say. So it can give you the real movement of the data with the help of your event hubs and event streams. So if your data is moving, excuse me, if your data is moving in the real time, the real time intelligence can give you that information. And after that, Power BI. So on top of the data warehouse, on top of the cleansed data, I can say, not only on top of the data warehouse, but also on top of the lake house also. So I can say on top of the cleaned data, we will create the Power BI reports. So this will happen end to end with the help of all these artifacts. We can handle the data end to end, right? Gathering the data from different sources to creating the meaningful insights. This industry workloads, it is not important for us as a data engineer or as a fabric data engineer. So this is Microsoft is customizing the templates and workloads. Suppose for your organization you need one more extra workload, I want some other workload other than this existed things, so they will customize one workload, they will create one new workload especially based on your company requirement, and they will provide that to your organization, and you have to pay for that separately. So this is not this is not related to us. Now, as a data engineer, we are going to see data factory, data engineering, data warehouse, real-time intelligence, and Power BI. Data science, there will be separate data science scientists are there in organizations. So as a data engineer, it is not relevant to us. It is not required for us. So we will not discuss about data science here in this course. So the part of the course is here: factory, data factory, engineering, data warehouse, real-time intelligence, and Power BI. So that's why I'm saying Microsoft Fabric is a unified data platform with all these capabilities under single umbrella. So on top of these capabilities, we have Copilot. So Copilot is like your artificial intelligence. Like it can write queries for you. It can create Power BI reports for you. It can write DAX queries. It can create some pipelines as well. So if you can give instructions to the Copilot, then it will create all the things for you. So Microsoft made our job easy here by providing all these advanced features. So here, like we are not doing hard work, guys, because we have all advanced features, right? So we are doing smart work in the fabric. But we have to know technology and we have to know how to use the technology. Then only we will do smart work. So all these are included in the one lake. So one lake is nothing but your central repository where it can hold all these artifacts. And on top of it, Microsoft also providing the Purview. Purview is nothing but like your data governance and security. So we can apply security at the organization level or at the data level. So this is a separate tool, guys. Microsoft Purview and Azure Purview. These two are the separate tools. So for that, there will be a separate data governance engineers are there. So as a data engineer, this is not required for you, and it is not even fully available. It is in preview. So this is not relevant to us. As a data engineer, we will see these artifacts. So this is see the architecture. If you see the architecture, uh, these are the data sources. It means I have different data sources here. AX 2012 nothing but my on-premise SQL Server and Azure SQL and my Dynamics. So I have data in my organization in different sources. I want to move this data to Fabric first. So with help of some shortcuts or with help of pipelines or with help of data flows. So after bringing the data to Fabric, I'll store that data into the lakehouse. On top of the lakehouse data, I will follow the medallion architecture. It means the branch data. It means the raw data. On top of the raw data, I will apply some transformations and I will remove some blank values, null values, and some dirty data I will remove. I'll clean the data and I'll send that to silver layer. On top of the silver layer, on top of the silver data, I will again apply some transformations and I will create fact and dimension tables. So what is fact and dimension tables? We will discuss in detail in the upcoming classes. So I'll send that fact and dimension tables to the gold layer. And on top of the gold layer, here the gold layer is maybe your warehouse or maybe your lake house, guys. So you can still store the data of the gold layer data even your lake house or in your warehouse. So on top of the gold data, we will create the semantic models here. On top of the semantic models, we will create the Power BI reports. So at the end of the day, what is my goal? I have to create the Power BI reports. To create these reports, all these things I need to do. I need to move the data, I need to cleanse the data, save the data in the cloud, and analyze the data, clean the data, create the semantic model, and create the Power BI reports. And in some companies, one second. So, so in some companies, I mean, 90% of the companies, they will follow this process, guys. So on top of the cleaned data, they will create the Power BI reports. But 10% of the clients or 10% of the companies, they will not create the Power BI reports. They will stop till this point. So they will do analysis on top of the data warehouse data only, like select star from employee table or select sum of sales from my employee table. Like that, they will do analysis on top of the cleaned data only. They will not create the report. They will not go for the reports. 10% of the clients, but 90% of the clients, they will prefer. They will prefer to use the Power BI reports only for their business. So here, after cleansing the data, I'm saying here creating the semantic model. So semantic model is nothing but it is a group of some tables, guys. That's it. Nothing new here. A group of some tables. So to create Power BI report, we need to create the semantic model. On top of semantic model only, we can able to create the Power BI reports. So that's why here what we are doing, we will create some 20 or 30 or 50 tables from our source and we will bring that data to Fabric. But out of 50 tables, I want only 10 tables to create the report. Then I can take only that 10 tables and I will create one group, one set of the data with the 10 tables. That is called a semantic model. On top of it, we will create the Power BI reports. So this is what the architecture in the real time. Now, on top of it, we will create one governance and one security. It means we will apply the security on top of this data. So we will see all this practically, don't worry. So if you observe here, no, all this process is happening within the Fabric only. This box is Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, the outer box. So all this is happening here in the Fabric only. So you no need to maintain separately the security. You no need to go to any window separately. You no need to log into any other UI and all. Everything will happen here in the Fabric only. But in current system, no, these are the different UIs and different platforms, right? But here we have everything in the Fabric only. This is one architecture. This is one more architecture where you can find it in even Microsoft portal also, this one. So we have a data source here and we are bringing the data with the help of data flows, pipelines and shortcut to the Fabric. We are storing the data. This is the storing layer and this is the ingestion layer. We are storing that data to the lakehouse and we are transforming that with the help of data flows and notebooks. And after that, we are storing that cleaned data into the warehouse here, as well as we are using the same cleaned data, nothing but the serving data or serving layer data to the Power BI also. As I mentioned earlier, 90% of the customers, they will create reports on top of the cleaned data, but 10% of the customers, they will take the cleaned data into their data warehouse and they will do analysis on top of the cleaned data only, not go for the reports. But 90% or 95%, they will create the reports, guys. Almost all the clients are using reports nowadays, not only the Power BI, but also other reporting tools. Yeah. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. I will try to give answers. Please do subscribe my channel and do remember, with the right data, every challenge has a solution.